know, and do your thing. So it's all natural process.
And Arrowseed offers the natural seeds and then naturalized. We can talk about the naturalized either some
Sure.
other time, but
Yeah.
you want to talk about the natural seeds you offer today. What are the applications? Where are they used?
Well, native seeds, we've got, quite a few areas that we go with those. Of course, CRP, it's big in this part of the country when I guess when the funding's there.
Yeah.
So a lot of those native seeds, and the NRCS requires a lot of those native seeds to be within a certain range of where it's being planted. You don't want seeds from, say overseas.
Mm-hmm.
You want plants that are naturalized, or native, and adapted to certain areas, because there's quite a few varying soil types in Nebraska, of course. When we're up against the sandhills, that really kind of throws things into a different ball game. But there's bottom grounds, there's uplands, there's clay soils, there's loamy soils, silty soils. So a lot of those plants are adaptive to a lot of those areas and native to those areas. So, when the NRCS comes up with prescribed mixes, they know what they're doing, and we have those seeds ready, for different applications in different areas, whether it be down in southwest Nebraska or northeast Nebraska. It's all part of what we do.
If you get a bag of seed, there's a lot of different mixes. Happen to have some experience with this, and I was amazed at the number of different seeds in the bag.
It can be crazy.
Yeah.
Nebraska's kind of notorious with their NRCS mixes, because we're working on some right now that there's probably a half a dozen grasses, and then 30 to 40 different species of wildflowers / forbs.
Mm-hmm.
So they want that diversification, in that, because it is a very diverse state that we live in. A lot of different ecoregions.
Mm-hmm. Well, the wildflower part of it, I think most of us get it. We know that pollination is a big deal, and we do struggle a little bit in that area because of changes in practices and so forth. So wildflowers are a pretty big deal, aren't they?
Absolutely. It just adds to diversification within a given region. Whether it's a roadside
Mm-hmm.
or CRP, set aside acres that farmers have. All a part of that is the big part about that is, of course, sustainability, water management, and of course pollinators, because they are a huge part of our, agriculture. They're just involved in a lot of different ways of pollinating crops that we have to rely on. So, and it's more so in different other parts of the U.S. too. So,
I noticed on some notes that you guys provided to us here a while back, DOT, is that the Department of Transportation? Is that mixes for them as well?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I was thinking about that, when I'm driving back and forth to Omaha sometimes. There's a lot of older roadways, right-of-ways along the roads
Mm-hmm.
that have smooth brome. And some time ago, that's what they used, because it was such a good sod-forming grass, very good erosion control, surface erosion. And some time ago that they said, well, maybe we should start transitioning over to natives, because that's what we have here in Nebraska. And obviously, any part of the country has got their native species. But that's what they're focusing on now is native grasses, side oats, grama, little blue stem, the whole shebang, even wildflowers. And there's different mixes for different sides of the roads for like upslopes and whatnot. But yeah, it all goes in that piece of the puzzle, and that's
pretty cool.
Yeah, they really hammer away on that, and they really have done a good job with pushing that.
Yeah, I'm curious. Out here, Jeremy, they've reseeded the roadsides here after the construction to see how that does. We didn't get a lot of moisture after it was planted.
That's right.
So I guess we are hoping for some spring rains to really get it going. But you can see where they've drilled it in.
Yeah.
And
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you start going along roadways for miles and miles and miles. That's a lot of seed.
That is a lot of seed. It can add up, but they've got it down to the T where it's a certain amount of dollars per acre, seed and installation and whatnot. So it's all in the budget. But the main goal is for sustainability. You don't want to have to go back in there and replant, every time, you have a hard freeze or a drought or anything like that. A lot of those plants are adapted to surviving those drought conditions and those roadside conditions.
Does there come a time with native seeds that you might burn those off during the summer months, or when it's safe to burn?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of prescribed burning. Definitely, it really does help. It's just Mother Nature's. Back before we were here, lightning strikes out in the prairie, and wipes out an area, but it's all regenerating an area where it may not have been grazed. It may not have a lot of vegetation taken off that particular area. So it's helping control pests like insects, invasive species like weeds, so it's very beneficial. A lot of the production areas, a lot of farmers that are actually producing native grass seed, they will burn those either in the fall or in the spring, mostly probably in the spring.
Springtime.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to bounce around a little bit on you here, but I'm curious about how much effect birds have on spreading native grasses and different things, because I know as a used to be fisherman, I can't actually say I'm a fisherman anymore. I haven't been doing enough, but I know one of the things that you're told about stocking a pond, and you want this pond with only certain species in it. You can do that to a certain degree, but if birds in another pond where there's eggs on a stem, and they carry those eggs on their legs to the other pond, then you have restocked your pond with something you may or may not want. Is it kind of that way with seed?
Absolutely, and it's probably even more prevalent with like eastern red cedar.
Okay.
Those birds will eat those little seeds and drop them some other place, and you have, boom, you've got that eastern red cedar, issue to deal with. So, and it is a lot like like musk thistle for certain, for example, those get carried, a lot of wind, wind blows a lot of that stuff too. So, and a lot of those seeds, when they're wrapped up in what they're, like they may have like a little sheath or something like that that's actually helping carry it to another area. And that's more, like that's really prevalent with like milkweeds. I don't know if you've seen milkweeds.
They have that little shell on them? Or?
Yeah, they actually had the little fuzzy on the end of them.
Oh, yeah.
And it just becomes so airborne so fast, and they can float for miles, and it's all part of nature and what's happened. But, when you start getting invasive species, that's when you start getting issues. Musk thistle is a huge example.
Yeah.
So.
Let's take it down to property owners who aren't producers. We have a wildflower portion of down by our garden. We planted some wildflowers and put a bird bath right in the middle of it. Man, we really enjoyed it, and I think it's helped the garden some as well. So people who live in town can come to Arrow Seed and say, I got this little patch. Yeah. Could I put that into a natural wildflower patch? Really not a lot of maintenance to it once it comes up. But talk about maybe not being a little too disappointed the first year, because sometimes it doesn't always. It takes a little while. Sometimes.
That is exactly right, and that's we try to emphasize that every time somebody comes in and asks about that kind of thing, and especially with native grasses too, because what they'll focus in on, like especially with native grasses, they'll focus more on root growth in the beginning. That's their survival mechanism. If they got that root mass and those carbohydrates in that root mass, they're going to survive. Winter, they're going to survive drought. They're going to survive a lot of different things. So, the first 2 years you may look like, oh my goodness, this ain't going to work, dude. And that's a lot of city people. I mean, a lot of city parks and rec people have dealt with that, and they scrapped the project because they didn't see results. Even after we try to emphasize, 2 to 3 years, folks, is is what it's going to take to get that established.
So, Andre, when you have a patch that's come up and it's done what you've wanted to do in the fall, is it best to just leave it lay there, or should you mow it off? What's your recommendation there?
Well, yeah, you probably want to remove. I mean, and you can let it overwinter. Especially if it's not like part of like a manicured landscaping.
Right.
You could remove that dead matter and down to the to the ball. I mean, to the bottom of the stem. And if it is a larger area, you could let that overwinter and actually help reseed. Let those seeds that have established, let them come back up in the spring to kind of reinforce that area. But it kind of depends on the area and the use and whatnot.
So if you did that, you let it winter, then would you clear it off in the spring then?
Yep. Yeah, you sure could. Sure.
Okay. All right. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Because well, Joan and I always talk about, should we take that off or should we leave it? 'Cause we thought that we would get some reseeding out of it.
Yeah, if it's a nice little smaller area, native area that you've been establishing, it helps to kind of collect snow too, to trap snow.
True.
Given that it snows, but
Yeah. What I think we've enjoyed about it is wondering which color is going to be prominent each year, because it doesn't always stay the same, and
that's true.
Kind of neat that way. You kind of get a change every year.
Yeah, we've formulated mixes to have certain colors. We've had red, white, and blue. We've had schools that asking for their school colors.
Oh, wow.
And it ain't perfect, I give you that, but it kind of gives you a sense of what's possible, and then also season long, like from basically April down to October, you formulate mixes that have different color and are always blooming. Something's always blooming. So
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're out of time. I just love to talk about this with you because I think it's so neat. Maybe next time we can talk about the benefits to the soil.
Absolutely.
Because there's big time benefits there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little more about wetlands. We didn't really talk too much about that.
No. Yeah. That's always a big deal, especially up in the Sandhills. So.
Yeah. Well, where you said at the top of the interview here that you have these soil differences, you really transfer from, I guess, clay and different types of soil that you would suspect into the Sandhills is a pretty dramatic change, isn't it?
It is. It is. And we're actually blessed to have that kind of diversity in Nebraska.
Yeah.
It's because there's a lot of different species out there that adapt well. So I just kind of want to mention that our prepay for summer forages and alfalfa for 2026, we're going until the 15th.
15th.
So, yeah, give us a call or stop in and we can talk about it and get you set up.
Okay. Yep. Also, you'll be open tomorrow, but you'll be closed Thursday.
Thursday, Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
And then
on Saturday you're closed, so
the
following Monday you'll be back up.
Back in biz on the 5th.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Happy New Year to you.
Likewise.
All right, we'll take a quick time out and then it's news time.
Recover your health. If you are suffering from an illness, surgery, or injury, Team Physical Therapy can get you back on your feet again with today's most advanced physical therapy treatments. 872-5111. Our highly trained physical therapists evaluate and treat a wide range of physical conditions. Team Physical Therapy is committed to a timely and effective recovery for each of our patients. Call Team Physical Therapy 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. President Trump says the U.S. has struck a dock in Venezuela.
There's a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with drugs. They load the boats up with drugs, so we hit all the boats.
The National Guard is set to be deployed in New Orleans through Mardi Gras and will beef up security during New Year's Eve. Colin Arnold heads the New Orleans Homeland Security Department.
We've got a huge contingent of state police and state law enforcement and National Guard and all hands on deck with the New Orleans Police Department.
A terror attack killed 14 people during New Year's Eve celebrations last year. A strong cold front moving through the Midwest has produced dangerous conditions, including a tornado in Long Creek, Illinois. A frightening situation.
In that front room, if we'd been there when the storm came through, the front room's covered in shattered glass and debris that blew through that front window. So it would have been bad.
CBS News Brief. I'm Linda Kenyon.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
In Nebraska news, in a story released by KSMB, firefighter crews from the Grand Island Rural Fire Department, St. Labor, and Donovan fire crews were battling a house fire on 3rd Road in Merritt County Monday morning. The Hall County Sheriff's Office said the fire started around 1:20 a.m. The residents in the home were able to get out, however, 2 of their 4 pets were missing. Crews on scene told Local 4 that the fire started at one side of the house and spread to the other because of the strong wind. While firefighters were on scene, temperatures were reported in the low teens with a wind chill of -10 degrees. Wind gusts were reported above 30 miles an hour at the time of writing. This investigation is currently ongoing, and this has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's News Source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
The Atlanta Falcons took the Monday Night Football game over the Rams 27-24. Even though the Rams trailed 21-0 at halftime, they did tie the game with under 3 minutes left. But the Falcons won it on a 51-yard field goal with under 30 seconds to go. Bijan Robinson with 22 carries, 195 yards rushing, including a 93-yard TD run before halftime. He had a touchdown reception as well. Matthew Stafford in defeat, 2 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions, including a pick 6. The Chargers will rest quarterback Justin Herbert this Sunday at Denver. The Ravens say this week's status of quarterback Lamar Jackson and his bruised back is to be determined. Baltimore ends the regular season Sunday night at Pittsburgh to decide the AFC North title. Notre Dame coach Marcus Freeman is staying with an enhanced contract, reportedly. In the NBA, Denver lost at Miami, and Nikola Jokic left with a knee injury.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Mainly sunny skies today with daytime highs approaching 50. Winds out of the northwest, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, lows dip down to about 22. Mainly clear skies tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 55. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times Thursday with daytime highs approaching 50. 43 Friday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Custom. That's their gig at Sandhills Custom Creations. From the west side of the square in Broken Bow, they make t-shirts, banners, metal signs, vinyl decals, tumblers, photos, keychains, and so much more. Find Sandhills Custom Creations on Facebook.
7 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. Pretty nice morning. Let's find out just how nice it is. Let's go outside with Jack Simpson and find out what it really feels like. What's it like out there, Jack?
You know, it does absolutely feel beautiful. It's 17 outside under a mostly clear skies. The winds were 5 to 10 out of the west, but as of right now, I do not see or feel a breeze. Barometric pressure at 30.24, humidity 74%. No rain or snow in the last 24 hours and only 2/100ths of precipitation for this month. A high yesterday of 31 with an overnight low of 12.
Isn't it funny how 17 can feel so nice and warm?
Yeah, it's beautiful. We don't have that winds, which makes it feel even more nice.
Sure does. Clear skies. Looks beautiful out there. Thanks, Jack.
It sure does. You're welcome.
All right, it's 8 past the hour. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
I want to wake up. The music to get your day started right.
I listen every morning.
The Breakfast Show on KCNI, KBBN.
Barney Pharmacy hopes your holiday week has been bright and meaningful. As you look ahead,
Please plan ahead for prescription needs, especially with the upcoming New Year's hours. They will be open New Year's Eve from 8:30 until 1 and closed New Year's Day. They thank you for your continued support, your friendly faces, and the trust you place in them. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Barney Pharmacy, located in downtown Broken Bow.
Whether you're buying, selling, or just shouting out a birthday, Party Line is the place to do it.
Show me the money!
Every weekday from 10:30 to 11 a.m. on KCNI. Call 872-2801 to get on the air. Or email your listings anytime to kcnipartyline@hotmail.com. From bargains to birthdays, events to great tunes. Catch it all on Party Line on KCNI.
All right, 9 past the hour. Jeremy Shipe with us here this morning as Brent Apperson is sleeping in again today, being a neighborhood bum.
There you go.
I wonder, I thought about giving Brent's mom a call. And I don't want to be a tattletale. You know what I'm saying? Well, we were talking yesterday about him climbing on the roof to get the Frisbee at night.
Well, she's a pretty big listener to the show, so maybe she already knows.
I hope she's called him and chewed him out. Said, listen, young man.
Now, it's one thing to for Brent to tell the story to all the listeners, which I think is what you're hinging on, right? The fact that Brent was the first one to tell this story. He kind of opened the can of worms. But I don't know, to get him in trouble with his mother.
Well,
would you like Brent to do the same thing to you?
Well, he's kind of like a brother. And
yeah, brothers do tattle on each other.
Yeah, I mean, when you were kids, didn't your sister or your brother get you in trouble sometime or another?
Yeah, a lot of the time for stuff I never even did.
So you say.
Yep. No, they made it up.
They made it up?
Yeah, my sister, 50% of the time.
I've met your sister, know her fairly well. She just doesn't seem like that type.
Oh, man. You didn't know her when she was 11.
I think about a lot of people out there right now going, I ratted on my sibling and they ratted on me.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just leave it up to Brent's mom.
Maybe she wants to call in.
She can call in. She can also just get a hold of Brent and give him a good chewing out for getting on the roof. Using the Pontiac with a step stool to get up on the roof.
They don't make Pontiacs anymore. How could he do that to an American classic?
That's a good question, too. Jeremy has some information about how we use our phones. We're going to get to that today. Looking towards the new year, maybe we can make some adjustments there. Maybe we won't. But Jeremy has some data on how we use our magic phones, our walking computers, our portable computers that are in our hands a lot. We'll find out more about that. We have some guests coming in yet as well. We'll tell you about a few things here this morning. And we're celebrating, and I'm not taking responsibility for the selections here this morning on the 1990s music. I'm just not. I looked up a top 20 deal, and I'll use that because I wouldn't have picked this one.
Okay.
But this will make Christy happy. This was number 2 on the list from songs from the 90s, Where Your Road Leads.
Okay.
From, one of Christy's favorites.
report lost cards, and more, right from your phone. Take the stress out of the season. Visit us on the north side of the square in Broken Bow to get started with mobile banking today. Bruning Bank. Build, grow, and thrive in the new year. Member FDIC.
Get ready to ring in the New Year in Sargent for their New Year's Eve casino party on December 31st, starting at 6 p.m. Tickets are just $65 per person and can be purchased through a Sargent Fair Board member or by reaching out to them on Facebook. Your ticket gets you everything you need for an unforgettable night. Entry to the party, a smoked brisket dinner, one drink ticket, $500 in casino cash, and a champagne toast at midnight. Don't miss out on the fun, the prizes, and the celebration of the year. Grab your tickets today and get ready to party in Sargent on New Year's Eve.
All right, Jeremy, we are fortunate, and we talk about it quite a bit because it needs to be talked about. We have Roxanne here in Broken Bow at Nebraska Land Hearing Center. She's located on the east side of the square, right inside the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce building with her office there and her clinic. And she has 35 years of experience that she has brought back to Custer County when she returned home and continues to offer that service. I think it's important that we highlight that.
And when it comes down to it, you know, hearing aids are just, the technology continues to blossom and expand, and you want to be able to hear because you've got loved ones and friends and family you want to have conversations with, but a lot of the time people worry about the costs. Roxanne encourages you not to worry about the costs. She's there to help you out because she has top quality, state-of-the-art hearing technology, including rechargeable hearing aids, no batteries to mess with. She offers free evaluations to save you money, free office calls, extended warranties, and discounts for new and returning patients. So skip the drive to Lincoln, Omaha, or Denver and save some money that way as well. Just give her a call at 384-3852 and schedule an appointment to get expert care that fits your budget. It's right here in Broken Bow inside the Chamber building on the east side of the square. Nebraska Land Hearing with Roxanne.
All right, we'll take another quick break. Back with Big Iron. Mark Stock is next.
Life moves at the speed of light. Don't let pain put you on pause. At Rise Rehab and Performance, we believe everyone deserves to feel their best without pain holding them back. Whether it's recovering from an injury, managing chronic pain, or just getting back to doing what you love, our expert team is here to help take the first steps toward healing. Personalized care, cutting-edge treatments, and results that speak for themselves. Rise Rehab and Performance, 872-5800. We rehab, you recover, then rise.
Are you or someone you know struggling with depression, anxiety, trauma, or other mental health challenges? Do you wonder where you can get help and support locally? An online list is ready and available for you that includes local, trained, caring mental health providers. Visit mhpcc.org. Mental health providers and services available in Custer County can be found quickly and easily at mhpcc.org.
How is your diesel engine doing? If exceptional is not the answer, then it may be time to talk to Power Solutions. From service calls or bringing it into the shop, they have the parts and the know-how to get your semi or pickup diesel engine running. Call Power Solutions at 308-872-5522 or stop in and see them 2 miles east of Broken Bow on Highway 2. Trust them. Your diesel engine will thank you.
Well, good Tuesday morning, everybody. Mark Stock here with Big Iron Auction Company, and today at 9 o'clock this morning, we have over 2,770 items selling for over 300 different sellers on BigIron.com. We'll be conducting the Bruce Brower Estate Sale in Sidney, Nebraska. We have the Donald M. Lee Estate Sale. They're items by Arlington, South Dakota. The Elton Weck Sale is by Yankton, South Dakota. The Hammer Farms LLC is in Marshall, Oklahoma. Hiawatha Implement will be selling some of their John Deere equipment that's located in Kansas and Missouri. The Jim and Laura Martin's Trust Sale is in Inman, Kansas. The Carrie and Peterson Powerline equipment is in Montevideo, Minnesota. We also have the Richard L. Slama Revocable Trust Sale in Humboldt, Nebraska. The Ricky and Susan Nutzman Estate Sale in Fall City, Nebraska. The Schmidt Brothers year-end machinery auction in Sioux Falls, South Dakota is also today. So is the Sidney Roofing Company retirement sale in Ogallala, Nebraska. Bobcat of Brookings Inc. in Brookings, South Dakota is selling skid steers today. We have equipment wholesalers in Meade, Nebraska selling late model John Deere equipment. Hoppy Irrigation in Columbus, Nebraska selling a pivot. We also have the Kurt and Deb Dosher retirement sale in Beamer, Nebraska. The Mary Alice Corman estate sale in Edgar, Nebraska. The Rick Verzani retirement sales in Ponca, Nebraska. RJ West Farms, their organic retirement equipment sale is by Wausau, Nebraska. Scott Holtgrew has got this late model Klaus combine that is selling today by Atkinson, Nebraska, and the list goes on and on. If you are interested in four-wheel drive tractors, mechanical front tractors, two-wheel drive tractors, if you want some collector tractors, how about all these combines, these trucks, these grain trailers, the planting equipment, and the sprayers, all selling today, over 2,700 items, and the first items start to close at 9 o'clock this morning. Other sellers include Brennan Leck from Burwell, Nebraska, selling a 2009 John Deere 9670 combine. Steve Holderman by Scotia, Nebraska, has got 9 items on the sale. GVW Trailer Sales, LLC by Scotia, will sell a 2024 Hidden Valley hay hauler. This is a 16-bale gooseneck hay hauling trailer. By North Loop, Nebraska, there's a 2025 Wilson Ranch Hand aluminum tandem axle livestock trailer selling. Tony Boyce by North Loop is selling a Sunward curve building. This is a new open-end building that's 50 feet wide by 70 foot long. Mark Kohler by Cedar Rapids, Nebraska, selling a 1993 International 8300 day cab semi-truck tractor. If you are in the market for an upgrade in a forage harvester, check out Western Equipment LLC. Their items include a 2024 year model John Deere 9900i four-wheel drive self-propelled forage harvester, plus they have a 2022 year model, and they have some of these real fancy 772 forage harvester heads. There is so much quality equipment that will sell today on Big Iron. Please check it all out. Call the owners, call the Big Iron reps, ask the questions, and then bid with confidence as every item sells to the highest bidder. Now we get into the end of the year. We want to thank everybody for 2025. We hope everybody has a fantastic New Year's Eve and a New Year's Day. And then we kick off the following week with another great lineup of auctions. On Monday, January the 5th, we'll be conducting the Jason Grafton retirement sale. 33 unbelievable items featuring a John Deere 9760 combine, a John Deere 9220 four-wheel drive tractor. There is a 1770 series 30-inch planter. And on Tuesday, January the 6th, 1 week from today, it's the Young Farms Inc. retirement sale by Craig, Missouri. This is a family that has been farming for 80 years, and they are retiring and selling 152 items. So you'll need to check this sale out. Late model, low hour John Deere machinery, all with the very best of care and service. You won't want to miss it. And also next week, our Wednesday sale featuring some outstanding equipment, and our Thursday land auction featuring 60 acres of Colfax County, Nebraska land. Please dial up that land auction for more information. Once again, we are very humbled and grateful and honored and thankful to have been working for so many sellers and helping all of these bidders and buyers across the country find the good quality equipment that they're looking for. We want to thank the reps and all the people that work within our office and our organization here for 2025, but we're geared up and we are ready to go to help everybody in 2026. Please bid today. Have a great New Year's Eve and a New Year's Day. We will be closed on New Year's Day. We'll be back in the office here on Friday, and we'll see everybody next week when we kick off the 2026 auction schedule. Thank you very much.
In the morning, you are awakened by the twitter of a little bird.
No, it's Dave and Brent.
I knew there was a reason I got out of bed this morning.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI, KBBN.
Hey, want to kick off the new year in style? Come on out to the bonfire on the square in Broken Bow for your New Year's Eve celebration. Here's Chef Afif to tell you about 2 special dishes perfect for the festive setting. Chef Afif, can you tell us about it?
Hi, folks. We have 2 features for you for this New Year's Eve. One is the beef Wellington, and the other is the lobster tail. The beef Wellington is a beef with mushrooms excel wrapped in puff pastry and baked in the oven, served with béarnaise. The second one is the lobster tail, poached, served with a cheese basket and vegetables, and served with béarnaise and drawn butter. Hope to see you folks there, and Happy New Year.
Don't forget to call and reserve your meal today at the Bonfire in Broken Bow.
When it comes to your health, you deserve compassionate expert care close to home. Hi, I'm Cassie Hilbers, the Chief Ancillary Officer at Gothenburg Health. Here, we treat the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. From everyday checkups to specialized services, our expert providers and modern medical technology are here for you and your family. I'm proud to be part of a team that's here for our neighbors, our friends, and our families, because your health matters, and so do you. Gothenburg Health, well ahead.
Injured on the field or court? Whether it's a torn ligament, muscle strain, shoulder injury, knee injury, or joint pain, Melham's orthopedic specialists are there to help you recover and return to doing what you love. Melham Medical Center provides treatment plans, surgical, and clinical services. Don't let an injury keep you sidelined this sports season. Contact them today and get back to peak performance. Melham Medical Center hopes you all have a joyous new year. Melham Medical Center, large enough to serve, small enough to care.
8:28 is your time. You're listening to The Breakfast Show on a Tuesday, getting ready to bring in the new year. And with that, we have our next guest. Kyle Kellum is here. He heads up Jenny M. Melham and just got back into town, I think. You look kind of refreshed.
I did just get back into town, yes. Had a little bit of time away and ready to get back at it and keep moving.
Yeah. Vacations are nice.
They are nice. They are nice to step away for a little bit, recharge, get refreshed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to get home sometimes, too, right?
It was very good. Yeah. You can never count on planes and all that stuff this time of year. And, of course, that we fell victim to that. Yeah.
Oh,
no.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Well, tell us a story, because when you travel and you fly, there's always did you lose any luggage, anything like that?
We lost one piece for about 45 minutes, and they were able to find it. And, sometimes we were supposed to fly out at like 5 a.m. And so we were sleeping, and we got a text message when I woke up that said our flight had been rebooked. And it got booked to an earlier flight.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So by the time we got it, we were already boarding, or the plane was boarding. So we said, well, that's probably not going to work.
Oh, gosh.
See, that just feels like that should not be able to. For the early flights, like, they got to expect people to be sleeping.
A call would have been good.
It would have been
text
nice.
message.
Yeah, anything.
You don't really hear, but that's how it goes.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was good. I'm glad you're back, safe and sound. The hospital's getting ready for an exciting 2026, I believe. Some new ventures. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a great 2025, and as we roll into 26, the clinic, the merger with the clinic, that acquisition is looking to be complete, and we will go live on January 2nd. So it's a really, really exciting time for the hospital and the medical community here. Very excited about what's to come, and looking forward to continuing taking care of patients just as we always do.
Mm-hmm. What the merger itself, I'm sure, has been a real joy paperwork-wise. I'm sure there hasn't been any hurdles as far as getting all the T's crossed and the I's dotted. But you made it, right?
We've made it. We've made it, and a huge kudos to CNMC and their team and our team at the hospital. And anytime you start talking about that, it's hours and hours and like you said, many, many documents of legalese, and that's the nature of the beast. And to be able to bring it to completion here in the next, I guess, this week, really.
Yeah, really. Coming up quick.
It's a great thing, and so we're really, really excited, and to have the big piece of the push of, as you mentioned, the documents piece. It just takes a long time, and all the wording and the multiple pages, and but it was the process that we anticipated. We knew it was going to take time. It's usually a 6-month plus process, and that's what it took. And and so we're on track.
And I know this might be a hard question to answer because you don't know all the ins and outs of what it will look like because it hasn't happened yet. But we as humans are not always receptive to change. But tell people out there that are wondering what this change will mean for them and that kind of their day-to-day and what they'll see at the clinic and the hospital. Kind of talk to them out there and what this would kind of look like for them. Any differences? Not much difference, or?
Yeah, really good question. Not a whole lot of differences. A lot of the labs will still be drawn over at the clinic, as many as what they don't do over at the clinic currently will continue, and then comes to the hospital. That process will be the same. Just from a redundancy perspective, we're going to have the radiology perspective over at the hospital. Those X-rays will be read by radiologists. So that from an operational perspective, those are kind of I would say the biggest change, which isn't big at all. From an electronic health record, we have one record at the hospital. The clinic has another. Anytime we look at electronic health record, it's never as easy as one would think it is, especially when you talk about the documentation from the providers and the nursing teams. So what we found is that we're going to continue to use their electronic health record, which is now will be ours, but there will be two separate records between the hospital and the clinic. The great thing, though, is that both sides will have access to the records, so there's a continuity piece of care that really enhances, even though it's not within one, it's now viewable by the providers on both sides. So that's a huge win.
Yeah, that sounds like a real win there.
Yeah. And I would imagine at some point, we will definitely get to the point where we all are on one record, but it takes time and a lot of due diligence, finding out which system is the right system for us as an organization, for the clinical teams, the providers, nursing teams, all of those folks. So it just takes time. Yeah.
All right. Good question. It's kind of thinking about asking that question. You ask it better than I would have.
Well, thanks. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate that.
Very well said.
All right. I know that you've announced and everybody knows, and Dr. Menick is moving. He's still there. I think you mentioned late night last night for him, so he's still working, and I'm sure you guys are working hard on bringing in another doctor, which also takes time, much like the paperwork we talked about earlier. So how your efforts underway?
Yeah, they are, and they've been underway for a little time now. It again, that's one of those things that it takes time to recruit to rural Nebraska. But we're working hard. We got a team working for us as well, and alongside of us. We're always sad to. It's still very sad to see Dr. Menick leaving. I tried to chain him up and to his car or to his hospital. I mean, anywhere and everywhere, but he seems to break out. So, but he did want to be here today. He was taking care of patients late into the night last night. So, and he's got a busy clinic day today. So, we want him to be able to get as much rest as he can. So, but we will miss him. He's been a tremendous asset, as you all know, more than me, right? He's been here longer than I have, but I've had the pleasure of working with him for just over 2 years, and what he's done for the community, the way that I get to interact with him on a regular basis, he's a very stand-up gentleman, and the community and the organization are going to miss him.
I'm sure you're looking for somebody just like him.
Yes. Yeah, if we can replace a Dr. Menick with maybe his son, Grayson, that would be fine. But, we're trying to find somebody just like a Dr. Menick. It takes the right kind of person. A lot of family practice providers coming out of school, they go on to specialize into a specific area. And so there's just not a lot that come out of school in general that continue in family practice. But the goal is to get somebody that understands rural, wants to be in a rural area, is okay being away from a larger city. And the beautiful thing about Broken Bow is we're an hour from Kearney, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit over an hour from Grand Island. Same to North Platte. Omaha, Lincoln are not bad of a drive at all. So that's the great thing we have going. But to get somebody that understands what it's like to take care of the community all the time, those are the gems that we're looking for, and that's the piece that we have in our providers right now, and that we're going to miss with Dr. Minnick.
Okay, all right. Specialty clinics still rolling along. What is it about? And I know there's HIPAA rules, but so I won't mention any names. But I happened to be at the specialty clinic here the other day for a specific thing. I'm not going to tell you what it was.
Okay, yeah.
I've had enough lobotomies. I've taken care of that. But I'll run into life takes you this way, Kyle. You're just not old enough to understand. But when you meet somebody and you're at a specialty clinic, you go, oh, he's here for the same thing I'm for. We're about the same age. But it's so nice to be able to go up and see specialists right here in our hometown, in our county.
It is. It's a great thing, and we're very fortunate to have the quality of the specialists that come through and the volume of the specialists that come through. We're working with Dr. Conley, just as an example. He keeps trying to retire, and so far we've been able to talk him out of that. But it's one of the things that while we like them coming here, right, and our patients really enjoy them coming here, they love coming here. Mm-hmm. I talk to them on a regular basis that say, I just love coming here. Whether it's Dr. Connolly, Dr. Pullman, Dr. Sipe in general surgery, they really enjoy it. It's, I think, made even better because we have such a great team that they get to work with, and these folks on our team in the specialty clinic, they really understand each of those providers. They understand what they like, what makes them efficient, and how to keep their day moving. And so kudos to that team, because to say they do a tremendous job truly is an understatement. Yeah, they do a really good job.
Yeah, and they're all great people.
They are.
I did upset Dr. Freeling.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you have a cardiac event? Or?
Well, I'd rather not go into that. But, HIPAA. But I did take in a bag of Snickers and handed them to everybody in the place. And he actually was nice enough to take one. He said, I'll take one. But he's very conscious of his diet. He doesn't care too much for sugar. I think I brought you one that day.
Yes, you did. And probably unlike Dr. Freeling, I ate it.
Yeah, as soon as he turned around after you handed it to him, right?
Well, the last time I was there, the girls asked me, well, where's the Snickers? I said I was going to bring apples. But
I think Dr. Freeling would really appreciate the apples, apples and bananas.
I think if I take Mom up there or something, I'll take a bag of apples.
Oh, there you go.
And to him. I don't think he's real big on sugar. So
yeah,
but
what a great guy.
Oh, he's a great
Tremendous
guy. Yeah,
gentleman, yeah.
I think some people, like the doctors that come in, look forward to going, not because of any, if they're just there for a regular checkup or things like that. They like going up because they get it's like you're seeing a friend from the last time you were there 6 months ago or whatever. Yeah. So
yeah,
it's a great part of your system there, isn't it?
It is. It's a great part. It's a very vital part of the organization, and for care in the community in general.
Yeah.
It's just like I mentioned before, to have the same specialist coming through that you would go drive for. It's a big win.
Yeah. And if, Jeremy, you need an infusion of any kind, they can take care of that, too, if you want to be infused.
You can,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a great infusion and chemo. So we're just finishing up for the pharmacy remodel. Anytime the government gets involved and they start putting in regulations, sometimes it makes sense. A lot of times they don't. And, this is one of those from my perspective. Didn't make a whole lot of sense, but we were able to get everything that we needed to do to meet the new regulations, and then continue to provide the great care and the chemo that we have previously. So that's a good win.
That's great to have that here too.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Not to mention the ER, which is very important to have people on staff who are ready for anything.
Yes.
I'm sure. We can tell traveling stories, but I imagine ER stories are quite fascinating.
Indeed,
yeah.
Indeed. And, on that note, we have some new ER folks that are going to be providers starting with us on a full-time basis really in February. And so I'm not sure if I mentioned that change in the medical model. for Melham previously, but we'll have dedicated folks for the ER. We'll have some dedicated providers just for the ER, and then the dedicated providers for the clinic. So, come February 1st, essentially overnight, we will have really another 5 days of clinic access just with the same number of clinic providers that we've had, just because they don't have to cover the ER. And then, because we'll have our own, or a separate set of providers there. And then in addition to that, I didn't mention, we did hire another physician assistant that'll be joining us early this next year. While that's always a hit and miss game as you try to work through credentialing and with the payers and all of that fun stuff. So likely that March, April timeframe, but if we can go sooner, we certainly will. So it's a good change in the model. The goal, of course, is to enhance the access to care. So if you need to be seen, we can get you in.
Okay. Yeah. Well, 2026 sounds like a good year.
It's going to be a great year.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, thanks for coming in. Always enjoy the update, and glad you're back and home and safe and sound from your trip.
Appreciate it.
And you look like you got a little sun, so I think
I did.
Happy unpacking.
Yes. I will do my best to unpack this week.
Yeah. See that we're one and the same. That suitcase sits in the corner of the bedroom until I need to pull it out of the suitcase. It's probably going to be sitting there.
Yeah. Well, there is a chance that if you leave it long enough, your spouse will be frustrated enough that it might be taken care of. That's.
The question is, we want to push it that far.
You want to test the limits, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you should.
Really? Okay. Yeah.
I'm just going to tell my wife, say, hey, Dave said I can leave it, and see what happens.
Yeah, do that. See, she can blame me.
She'll bring apples to your house.
She'll throw them at my house.
She'll throw them at your house, yeah.
Thanks, Kyle.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Kyle Kellum heads up the Jenny M. Hospital and Clinic here in Broken Bow, and enjoy having him in. We're celebrating 90s music today on the countryside. Here's Tracy Byrd for you. with top 1 and 2, and that was number 3. Of course, Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood, number 2, and George Strait, number 1. And we're going to play number 4 for you in just a little while with Dolly Parton.
And that was all the whole 90s.
Yes. I keyed in 90s country songs and album songs is what it's under. So we might get some different cuts that way. If you're just tuning in, I wanted to let you know again that the Comstock display is back on. They had it on last night. They'll have it on again tonight, tomorrow night, New Year's night, and then that will be it. So if you haven't been over, stop into Comstock. As long as the wind stays down, the display will be up.
Okay.
Speaking of up, just in the last number of years, you've been able to shoot off fireworks around the New Year's celebration. Now, there's a time where that would have not even been heard of, but it was made legal, and now more and more people are doing that.
And you can go out and do that and really enjoy it, despite it being kind of cold. Yeah, you're probably going to have more of your audience be inside the house rather than during the 4th of July when it's chilly out. But you can still fire them up into the air and celebrate the arrival of the new year. If you want to make some noise this new year, Loud and Proud Fireworks is open now through the 31st, right where you find them every July, just east of the downtown Trotters location in Broken Bow. So load up on big booms and fireworks that bring the wow. It's too boring to ring in the new year quietly. Do it loud and proud. Find Loud and Proud Fireworks on Facebook, or just do the easier thing. Swing by and visit them at that location in downtown Broken Bow. They've got some banners out there that'll catch your eye so that you can stop by and see them and do some shopping. They've got the big ones there.
Now, can you go? I wonder what the law is on that. You go after midnight?
I'm not sure.
Because New Year's Eve, you're going to want to put them off at midnight.
Yeah.
So I guess you can
I don't know.
after the New Year rings in.
Yeah.
So
don't commit to saying anything, Dave, because then people will cite you when the law comes knocking.
Well, it's kind of like the sibling thing. You need somebody to blame.
You're going to find yourself in some court documents.
Yeah,
Dave told me on the radio I can fire these through midnight. No, check your local laws.
Yeah, check with your local laws.
That's the disclaimer.
Thank you. Hey, I know one thing for sure. Going to have a good time out at Sylvester's for their celebration.
They certainly are.
Great band.
Yeah, Victory Underground is going to be out there. 2 rock for country, 2 country for rock. And they've put out a couple of new songs over the last couple of years. I've been listening to some of those online. I've got some great tracks. And that's a great thing about that band. They play some covers. They play some original works. And they just want to have a good time with you. It's a family affair for them. Several of the band members are related, and they love hitting the road, and they're staying busy. I just swung over to their Facebook page recently. They've got several shows they're going to be playing in late December on into the beginning of January. So catch them nearby or catch them right here at home in Broken Bow, New Year's Eve, 9 to 1 at Sylvester's. Freddie's got party favors he'll have to help you ring in the new year. If you want to get started early and go home at 11 o'clock to see the ball drop in New York, you can do that. Or if you want to stay and celebrate as we hit midnight here in the Midwest, you can do that too. Sylvester's.
Yeah, and you don't have to kiss.
Yeah, you don't have to do that
You don't
either.
have to-
I mean, you can just walk off and, be by yourself during that time if you want.
Go to a corner.
Yeah, go to your corner.
It's not mandatory.
No, not mandatory.
Here's that Dolly Parton we promised you. I'll Never Say Goodbye, an album that was released in the 1990s and rated highly. A little bluegrass sound there for you. Well, Jeremy, you brought a little data on our phone use here in America. And going into 2026, do we need to make some resolutions? What's the story?
Yeah, resolutions was kind of what had me raising my eyebrows at this, and I'm far from one that will sit here and tell you, like, oh, look at this data, you should consider this as a resolution. But not everyone's a resolution person, and that's all right. And it's just like our guest this morning said, I don't really set a resolution because I don't know that I could stick with it.
Right.
But there's always things that we've got in our head when we go to the new year. We received some data from this survey of 1,000 adults ages 18 and older that said that Americans still check their phones nearly 200 times a day on average. And a lot of that reason is necessary work and utility. I mean, you can check your email, talk to coworkers, whatever, through your phone instantly. But also it's entertainment and distraction, tension between social connection and isolation. But I just thought some of these percentages were remarkable. 84% of us check our phones within the first 10 minutes of waking up, which I guess if you had any messages from overnight, if you sleep as hard as I did, it kind of makes sense to do that. Or you check the time. That's the way a lot of people do it. 56% of us use our phone while eating dinner.
What?
56 while eating dinner. A higher percentage, 68%, use their phone. Where do you think?
The restroom.
Yep, on the toilet.
It's replaced the magazine.
It has.
Yeah.
It has. Or like you used to read like the packaging on the toilet paper. You'd grab anything and read it. No,
whatever you could read.
Yeah, you got everything right in your pocket. 40% use or look at their phone while on a date. 29% use or look at their phone while driving. That one's not good.
That's not good.
And that's just the people that admitted it during the survey. 41% of us feel panic or anxiety when our phone battery goes below 20%. You start to panic. What am I going to do if my phone dies? 53% of us have never gone longer than 24 hours without our cell phone. I'm surprised that's
half,
not higher.
Yeah.
And then 46% of us consider ourselves addicted to our phones.
46% consider themselves addicted.
Yes, addicted, and that's admitting that you're addicted. So those are all. I just kind of thought in my head, where would I fall into those categories? And a lot of them are over 50%. It's just kind of astounding, and they think a lot of those numbers will go up in 2026. I mean, we live in a world where there's apps and devices created that disable all functions on your phone, besides the ability to call 911. Because if you don't lock yourself out of having that phone, you're going to pick it up and use it. So people are doing that because they know they need to put it down. So they're like, well, it's called turning your phone into a brick.
Oh,
Right? I'll turn my phone into a brick so I don't do it because I know I shouldn't, but I can't hold off.
Well, human beings are human beings. Let's face it. I believe the 68% use in the restroom is a little low.
Yeah,
I think that
agree.
one's a little low. Some of them, as you say, some of those where you have to admit, I'm addicted. That seems like people are being fairly honest. Nearly 50% saying they are addicted to their phones. The one that really bothers me is the dating one, because I think you've all seen it out there. You've been out to a restaurant, and there's this nice young couple sitting over at a booth or a table, and you can tell that they're kind of young and maybe just married or out on a date, and they're both sitting there looking at their phones.
Yeah, we used to stare into each other's eyes,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, now
Whatever
we just
happened to that?
look into the app. instead of our eyes.
Setting up their next date.
Yeah, with someone else. Maybe. We've got weather and news for you at the top. Stay tuned for that. More music from the 90s on the countryside, all coming up here on The Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The U.S. has struck a dock site inside Venezuela believed to be used to load drugs. CBS's Ed O'Keefe reports President Trump declined to confirm if the CIA was involved.
When asked specifically about the CIA and whether they were the ones conducting the operation, he said, I know who did it, but he wouldn't confirm whether it was the military, the CIA, or some other entity.
A federal judge has ruled Medicaid data can soon be shared with ICE in California.
This decision will not go into effect until Monday because the court is still trying to figure out what type of basic information could be provided to ICE.
Loyola Law School professor and former federal prosecutor Lori Levinson. An Arctic front is bringing heavy snow and powerful winds from Minnesota to the northeast.
30 to 35 to 45 mile an hour gusts today, so hold on to your hats if you live anywhere along the I-95 corridor.
Meteorologist Rob Marciano. CBS News Brief. I'm Linda Kenyon.
Between all the holiday parties,
weekend tailgates,
and family get-togethers,
we've been overindulging a little more than usual over the holidays. But now, we are starting the new year off on a healthier note by taking Active Liver supplements from New Nordic every day.
Active Liver contains a powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract, all natural ingredients that help protect the liver so that it can protect you from toxins. It's like giving my body a daily detox. I've never felt better, and my energy is through the roof.
And my doctor is already impressed with how much better my numbers are looking. So if better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today and start the year off knowing you're giving your liver some well-deserved relief.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com. Or pick some up today at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery. Are now available at Wegmans. New year, new you, new Nordic.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
The Atlanta Falcons took the Monday Night Football game over the Rams 27-24. Even though the Rams trailed 21-0 at halftime, they did tie the game with under 3 minutes left. But the Falcons won it on a 51-yard field goal with under 30 seconds to go. Bijan Robinson with 22 carries, 195 yards rushing, including a 93-yard TD run before halftime. He had a touchdown reception as well. Matthew Stafford in defeat, 2 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions, including a pick six. The Chargers will rest quarterback Justin Herbert this Sunday at Denver. The Ravens say this week's status of quarterback Lamar Jackson and his bruised back is to be determined. Baltimore ends the regular season Sunday night at Pittsburgh to decide the AFC North title. Notre Dame coach Marcus Freeman is staying with an enhanced contract, reportedly. In the NBA, Denver lost at Miami and Nikola Jokic left with a knee injury.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Mainly sunny skies today with daytime highs approaching 50. Winds out of the northwest 8 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, lows dip down to about 22. Mainly clear skies tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 55. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times Thursday with daytime highs approaching 50. 43 Friday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Independent and family-owned. A1 Auto Repair in Arnold. From the tires on the ground to the engine getting you down the road, trust them to keep your ride in tip-top shape. Visit A1AutoRepairInc.com or visit them on East 7th in Arnold.
Right now, let me check this out, folks. It's 19 degrees outside. It's warming up under a sunny sky. Oh, there's some clouds out there as well. Wind's not a factor. That's the big deal. Barometric pressure's at 30.25 and now rising, was steady. Humidity at 78%. The high yesterday was 31. We should knock that down by 20 degrees today. Last night it got cold. Overnight low of 12. Sunset today at 5:18. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 8:04. 200s precipitation measured so far this month. Again, 19 and sunny. Speaking of sunny, ladies and gentlemen, I got to turn the camera on here. We got to see this person because we have not seen Felicia for a long time.
Yes.
From Off-Broadway. Good morning and Happy New Year.
Good morning and Happy New Year.
It's good to have you in.
It's good to be in.
Yeah, it's good to be seen, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, you went through the holidays at Off-Broadway, well, all the way through fall and into the Christmas season. Well, let's reflect. 2025, what do you think? How'd it go?
Fast. I know one thing, it went very fast. It was a good year, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had accomplished a lot at the facility. We had the remodel.
Right.
That was done, and we have a lot of people, and we have a lot of new things coming for 2026 I'm really excited to share.
Okay. Well, let's say hurrah for 2025.
Hurrah.
Here comes 2026. What's coming up?
So we are still doing the $99 special, but it will end the first day of spring. So the $99 move-in special, we will be having that just for a couple of more months.
Okay.
And the first day of spring, it will no longer be. So if you want to come in and only pay $99 for the first month, now is the time. And another thing I'm excited is that we are now going to be accepting independent living, which will come with an emergency pendant and housekeeping for very low prices. So that's something new that we're doing, and we're really, really excited to have those options. And so our thoughts are you can move in and completely independent, so you would, cook your own food and everything. If you wanted to add on the food, then the cost will go up. And if you need more help with the nurses and stuff, then that's when the cost will go up to about, the regular prices. So we're really excited to be starting that. I think that it's going to be wonderful. So a lot of people who want to be independent but not quite ready for that assisted living, and then you'll be there for that transition. So you don't have to go from, to a few different places,
So it sounds very custom. You can customize it to your needs.
Yes.
And as time goes along, you can transcend to whatever else you need.
Yes, which is wonderful. And we're really excited to be starting that. I think that it's going to be very beneficial for those who, maybe don't want to do their lawn care anymore, and they do want somebody to free housekeeping and laundry, and just in case there is a fall or something, you have that emergency pendant. So it definitely provides that safety net, and always having, no matter what, somebody's there 24 hours a day.
And those pendants have really changed. They've really gotten a lot better through time as well. They've made them to where they're very sensitive, and if they accidentally go off and you have it around your neck, you just push the button. You don't have to run back to a telephone. I mean, there's made a lot of really nice changes to those that would be beneficial for your folks who want to use those. So.
Yeah, and actually we are going to be upgrading our system as well. And so there's a lot new quirks, and there's some of them that comes with like a bathroom pull string.
Oh, really?
And they have some with people who are maybe more on, their memory is kind of declining. I think they have like a bracelet or an ankle that will tell you right away what, if they go out of the building or something.
Okay.
Of course, we are independent and assisted, so that's just for the people who are almost on their way out. But yeah, you're allowed to come and go as you please, so I don't want anybody to think that you can't. But at least we'll know if somebody's memory is declining. That you usually sign out, so if that pendant goes off and they don't notify us that they're leaving, then we'll know where they are, right away. So there's a lot. Yes, you're right. There's been a lot of improvements on that. We're excited to get the upgraded system.
Yeah, I have a true story, an example of just what you're talking about at Off-Broadway. Can I tell it?
Yes.
So they were having the Christmas party where you came in and spent time with one of the folks who lived there and gave them a present. And Joan and I and our grandson was doing that. And one of the clients we knew from over the years who had a short-term memory was not good. It was getting worse. But we didn't know at the time. Well, he wasn't. He was there, and then he wasn't there, and they didn't have anything like what you're talking about. And of course, the staff got a little worried because he wasn't there. Well, he had a old buddy stop by, and they were down at Sylvester's.
Oh, wow.
Having a beer, having a talk. And there was nothing wrong. It's just his buddy came along. Yeah, I'll go to Sylvester's. So he left the Christmas party and went down there.
In which he's technically allowed to leave,
Yes.
but we just like to know.
Yeah, this way you'll know he's at Sly's.
Yeah, that's too funny.
Yeah, true story. But that's a good example of, well, they still could come and go as they please, but this way you would know ahead of time that they'd, left the building if they had that facility, if they had that mechanism, right?
Yes, actually, I was working an overnight shift last week, and I had a pendant go off, so I went up to the room, and the resident clasped onto his pendant and kept pushing the button while he was sleeping.
Oh,
it
right.
was so funny. I was like, "Are you okay?" And then he lets go, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I was like, "I'm sorry, I had to wake you up."
There's a chance he thought he was changing the remote.
Something. He was gripping on that thing. That was hilarious.
Well, I'm sure that this is all going to just add to the services, and the flexibility that you've mentioned is great.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we're excited. And luckily, we are fully staffed, so we're not looking for anybody except for PRN. We can always use somebody that can be on call, whether it be for a med aid or a caregiver or even the kitchen staff. It would be very nice to have people maybe apply that might be interested in, not working full time, but being willing to be on call.
Yeah. Well, I hope somebody out there's listening would come and talk to you about it, because that'd be a win-win for both.
Yeah, and competitive wages. So,
Yeah.
definitely. We would love to have you come by.
Felicia, do you know how nice that is to hear that you're fully staffed coming out of the COVID years and having Off-Broadway come out, and in the situation that everybody was in at that time, all kind of different industries, but especially a facility like yours was struggling.
Yes.
Now to hear you're fully staffed.
Yes, it is. I tell you what, when I became the administrator a little over a year ago now, and we were spending a lot of money on agency to come in, and I'm happy to announce that since I've been the administrator, we haven't had to use agency, and that's like double and triple depending on what, whether it's a nurse or something. That's a lot of money that was going out for that, and so that's something I'm very proud of.
You should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be. Congratulations.
Thank you. I've been putting in a lot of hours myself, so.
Yeah, well, I heard your Christmas story, so folks, the extra effort over Christmas on Felicia's behalf here. And of course, the food, you've been very proud about that. Everything is made there and it's fresh, and people are really liking the meals.
Yes, that is one of the first things that I wanted to change when I became the administrator, was tackling the issue with the food that the residents weren't happy with. And I found out that they were just, getting the pre-ordered stuff and heating it up. And I thought to myself, well, they didn't grow up, with this preheated stuff. So of course they're not going to like any of this. So we decided to start cooking from scratch. And Cammie is our kitchen dietary manager, and she has done a wonderful, wonderful job of changing those things around. And there was a while we still had to go through some of the stuff, but now, homemade bread and everything. So homemade dinner rolls. Oh, they're so good. Yes. And we also extended our breakfast time. It was only from 7 to 8. Now it's 7 to 9. And then we also have things like fruit and yogurt and toast and stuff like that for after 9:30. If somebody had to go to the hospital and had to go, wasn't able to eat or drink anything for blood work.
Oh, sure.
So we can accommodate more now for breakfast, which has been a huge deal.
So again, flexibility is what you're after,
Yes.
and you're getting there.
Yes.
So obvious question. I know that you've had more occupancy, more people living there. Do you have any rooms available now?
Well, one thing I can say is that our 2 bedrooms, I'm happy to say that all of our 2 bedrooms are full, but come get on a waiting list, because we have a waiting list. And so what we'll do is we'll go from the top and go down. So if the person that's in line for the waiting list is up at the top of the list that declines, then the next person down will get a hold of, and then you can move in right away. And that's a big kitchen with a living room, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 2 closets. And so it's a pretty decent size. We only have, I think, one studio apartment available, and then a few of our 1 bedrooms, but we're filling up. So that's exciting to say too. So
call in or stop by, right?
Yeah, come in and stop by and ask for either myself, Felicia, or Julie. And well, actually, you could talk to anybody, and anybody could give you a tour, but myself or Julie would be able to help get you started in the right process and give you all the information you may need.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Wow. You looking forward to 2026, aren't
yes, I am.
you? Yeah. Well, folks, don't delay. And typically, we're always talking about how this is not a great time of year to move, but with these windows of warm weather,
yeah,
you could be moved in a couple of days and not deal with blowing snow, right?
Could do it.
Yeah.
Oh, and one thing I want to say is we have somebody moving in. They were moving in yesterday, and we do have a dolly that you can use. And we also have this, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's like a cart, and people can fit like dressers and chairs and everything on it, and we have an elevator. So we'll definitely help you with that as well.
Yeah, you have the elevator, so stairs not required.
Yes.
Yeah, which is important.
Which is nice.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, hey, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you.
Hope that things continue like they have been since you've been manager for a little over a year. That's again, time passes so quickly.
It does.
Summertime, and then it was Christmas, so
I still feel new to it, but it's crazy that it's been a year already.
Yeah. Well, I think the flexibility part, Jeremy, that we're talking about here with the customized things that you can do when you come in, you can get the full package or maybe save some money for a while till you don't need some of the services.
Yeah. It made me think of when I was in college. You could live in their apartment-style dorms, and they had an oven and stuff, and you could use the meal plan if you wanted, or you could just make all your meals right there in your own apartment. It's kind of that way. And it's the cost dependent on it. It's kind of that same model.
Yeah. So if I moved in, I would recommend a smoke alarm that wasn't too sensitive, because there would be a lot of things burn on the stove if I was trying to put it.
If you go, well, Dave's cooking again.
There goes the alarm. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right, we're celebrating 90s country today. talked about it earlier. Fireworks are available to be ignited in celebration of the new year, and evidently someone heard us talking about when you can buy them and when you can put them off.
Oh, okay.
So we'll put that together with a discussion about where you can get them.
Okay, sounds good. New Year's, bring it in the right way. Loud and Proud Fireworks is open now through the 31st in the same spot you find them each July, just east of the downtown Trotters location in Broken Bow. If you want big booms, sky-filling color, and a sky that goes, wow, this is your stop. Don't whisper your way into the new year. No one ever welcomed the new year. Well, if you fall asleep on the couch, you're welcoming it quietly, but that's no fun. Do it the Loud and Proud way. Find Loud and Proud Fireworks on Facebook or stop and see them in Broken Bow through the 31st. They'd love to see you.
All right, and fireworks went on sale starting at 9 a.m. December 29th, and will remain on sale until 11 p.m. on December 31st.
Okay, so you can buy them all the way up to 11 p.m.
Yep.
Okay.
On December 31st. And fireworks may be discharged December 29th and 30th from 9 a.m. until 11 p.m.
Okay.
And December 31st from 9 a.m. until 1 a.m. January 1st, yeah.
All right, so you've got clearance to really welcome in the new year. You can go past midnight up to 1 a.m.
Yes, on that night and morning. And, of course, they're available now. On sale started on the 29th, and you can discharge them. That's what was going on last night. Joan and I heard something, and we go, what was that?
You heard something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was legal. It's 29th.
Yep.
And
what's your favorite firework? You like the big, colorful ones? Or do you like the quieter?
I kind of like the ones that go up and explode and make umbrellas of color.
Okay.
Yeah. But be careful with them because they do have a lot of power.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Be careful. You want to make it into the new year with all of your fingers.
Yes. And by the way, it's dry out there. So
yeah, best to keep a really, really close eye on things, especially if you're firing in a field or things like that. There's lots of safety measures you can partake in. I
guess you
could bring that bucket of water, dunk them in the bucket of water immediately.
Yeah.
Don't throw them in your trash can.
No.
That night. Put them in a bucket of water. Let them soak overnight.
And they will a box that was one of those multi-firing ones. Those can reignite by themselves after you're done with them. So
yes,
douse those as well.
Be careful.
Yep. All right, one more 90s country song for you. Sammy Kershaw on The Breakfast Show. She don't know she's beautiful. Sammy Kershaw right here on The Breakfast Show. We're going to repeat the fireworks rules for the holiday since they were nice enough from the Broken Bow Police Department to send those to us. Fireworks went on sale starting at 9 a.m. December 29th and will remain on sale until 11 p.m. on December 31st. Fireworks may be discharged starting yesterday, the 29th, and 30th today from 9 a.m. until 11 p.m. December 31st, 9 a.m. until 1 a.m. January 1st. So that's the schedule. That's what you'll need to abide by. That's the rules here in Broken Bow. They may differ some in some other communities. But thank you for that update, Police Department. We appreciate that. They heard us talking and kept us out of trouble.
That's good. They had your legal thoughts in mind.
Protect and serve.
There you go.
That's what they did. Any last thoughts going into today? What are we got some sports coming up.
Yeah, we got some sports coming up. We've got Husker football coming up tomorrow, 12:30 pregame, 1:30 kickoff. Kyle Crook's on the call with Damon Benning. They're going to be there in Sin City, Las Vegas is where that game will be. So a New Year's Eve game for the Huskers, taking on a tough Utah team. Tall task ahead of them, but we'll see how that plays out. That's going on. And then we've got the Husker women and men's basketball team around the corner as well. We got the details on that.
Yep, Nebraska men's basketball takes on Michigan State on Friday, live from Lincoln. 7 o'clock pregame, tip-off at 8 on KBBN. And then on Sunday, Nebraska women's basketball team meets Purdue on KBBN, pregame at 1:30. And then Brenda scheduled some more basketball, men's basketball, Ohio State and the Huskers on KBBN on Monday at 5. Oh, Monday the 5th. Don't have the calendar here. Well, there's more coming up. Nebraska men's basketball at Ohio State on KBBN on Monday at 4:30.
Yeah, Monday would be the 5th. Is that what it says?
Says the 5 at 4:30.
Oh, yeah, Monday the 5th, I'm guessing, yeah.
Okay.
4:30.
Monday the 5 at 4:30.
Yeah, Monday the 5.
Confuse me, Jack. Don't do that.
Monday the 5 is this.
Anyway, lots of sports coming up. I'm out of here. I got to go.
All right. Sounds good.
We got some paperwork to do before the end of the year so that we'll make the tax man happy.